We are live once again for tables, ladders, chairs, beers, and tater tots. Post Show 2015. Everyone's excited about the WrestleManiacs show. They want to hear our thoughts on this amazing episode. I think Sunday Night Raw is a good, aside from maybe one or two things on here, it was basically Monday Night Raw. What we'll see tomorrow, I'm sure most of it.
Yeah.
What is there to say? I don't know.
It was a long one, I felt like, tonight.
Yeah, they're at the point now, and we've been talking about this for months, where they just have, and really it makes it worse that all the talent, most of the talent is out, because you've got, every Monday a 3-hour time slot, and you only have so many people you can use, and it's the same thing with these pay-per-views too. So I'm sure tomorrow most of these same matches will be happening. Maybe they'll make a couple of them more. They'll put somebody else in there, make it a tag match or whatever, but, they only have so many people to use, and a lot of the people they're choosing to use right now is just confusing as shit, too. We'll be talking about that as well. Just don't make any sense. But anyway, I go ahead and get started. I didn't even, for some reason, I don't know why I thought this, but I didn't even tune in to the pre-show until because for some reason I was back in 1998 or something. I was thinking, well, the pre-show comes on at 7:30. I'll check it out at 7:30. But for some reason I wasn't thinking, it started at 7, so I don't know what I missed for the first half hour or so. I'm guessing not too much. But the only match on there was what?
Were you thinking free for all?
Yeah, I was thinking in your house free for all. Yeah. But yeah, Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks in the pre-show match, a match that would have been like a main event on NXT,
yep.
No doubt. And they gave him, I think they gave him a decent amount of time on here, and they had a pretty good match.
I'm sick of Team Bad. Am I the only one?
Yeah, it's no good, man. They're not doing it right at all. It's like you said earlier, it's just the female New Day, and it's not good.
That's what they're trying to do with it. I mean, they had them all dressed up as the whatever the team.
PCB.
Yeah.
That great team.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to do New Day DX or something. That's what I got with the costumes, and they were just backstage. I don't even understand this shit. Did they just come up with this shit on the fly?
Well, did you see the beginning of the pre-show match with them? It was terrible. They started doing like Christmas songs or whatever. It was so bad. It was
Christmas.
Yeah, I think I was just tuning in when that was going down. And there was a lot of issues tonight with the network, I'd heard. And I had a couple buffering issues early on, but it worked out. It was working pretty good later on. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like anything else, say what you want to about these girls or whatever, but they basically throw them out there. They don't have a story. I think the whole Divas Revolution thing, they've they haven't even really talked about that lately, just because it seems like, go out there, come on. There's not a build to any of this stuff, which is what made a lot of it work on NXT. I mean, it's great matches, but as great as a match is, if you don't have a story going along with it, nobody really is going to give a damn.
Right. I mean, yeah, it was a good match for what it was, but like Freddie pointed out, Becky Lynch is pretty much like the only face that's in that division right now.
Her and Natalya.
Aside from Natalya, who unfortunately has never been on, so it's crazy.
Yeah, what's the deal with that, by the way? Because it seems like she's on tour with him.
I don't know.
I wonder if the Tyson Kidd injury has something to do with it.
Right, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish she was on more, but yeah.
It seems like she does a lot of the house shows and stuff, though, so I don't know.
But it's like, they have Sasha, who's very much over, and it's like Vince is like, how do we stop that by making her be the
Comedy.
goofiest diva of all time? It's like it's money right there. He's like wasting money.
That's what they do, though. I mean, even still, I mean, that's their MO right now. Like, you got Daniel Bryan, who's over. You don't even put him out there at all. Like, you don't even sell new T-shirts to him. Like, it's just one of those things. It's like there's money on the table, and they're forcefully pushing it away because it's not their plan right now.
Well, they're just waiting on the new season of Tough Enough, and then he'll come back for that.
Right, but it's like you pay Daniel Bryan to what? Sit at home? Like, he can't come out and do anything. Like,
Well, Total Divas is on January, so maybe he'll come out to promote that.
that's his new role now. He's just on Total Divas.
Yeah. He's Bree's husband.
Yeah, I like the match. It's always good to see Sasha and Becky for sure. So I thought it was fine.
Terrible commentary, though.
The whole night was, though.
Bank statement which wasn't a bank statement. I was like, what are you even talking about?
That's right, yeah.
I don't know. I was like, okay, this show's already starting off terrible.
Well, I don't think was there anybody really looking forward to this show anyway? I mean, usually, and it says a lot for me because, there's not much going on here in Eastern Kentucky, but I always seem to look forward to these shows, even if, there's not really much to look forward to. But this one was one particular, I was like, nobody wanted to come over and watch the show with me or anything either. So it was like, and there was a match coming up here that I missed. Actually, a couple matches, I think, just because I fell asleep on the shit.
I think one of the things that, and you said it probably a couple months ago, is it seemed like they were trying to have some big event for each pay-per-view, but this one had nothing that really was like that to me. So.
Yeah, the sad thing is like they don't really have. I don't know of any big thing that they can do for WrestleMania. Even we've talked about this before. Like usually every year they seem to have, a rabbit they can pull out of the hat that'll sell pay-per-views and stuff. I don't know what that would be this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm not sure at all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you stop bringing people into the mix or if it's too late.
Goldberg?
Yeah.
Batista? Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know either.
We will have to wait.
We're going to start to find out at Royal Rumble, but I mean.
Yeah, whatever they have planned, they should have something to set that up at the Rumble. Whatever they want to do.
Because now they're saying they're hoping just for 90,000 people at the arena. They don't even care about the record anymore. They just want 90,000 people there.
Yeah.
So they already know it's not gonna be good.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. Like I don't know. I don't know what they can do. I mean, maybe they can surprise us and come up with something huge, but I have no idea what that would be because Sting came out, I think, on the Ric Flair podcast and was basically saying, he's got to have a neck surgery, and so that's definitely he's out at least for this year's Mania, probably for good, I would say. I mean, he's 56 years old.
Yeah. He has one match left in him, so I guess maybe 33, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Would they let him? I mean, he's old, but even if he says he's got one match left, would they let him go? I mean, Daniel Bryan says he's ready to go. He's got clearance from like 3 different doctors except WWE's, but they won't let him go. And he's only, 30s, in his 30s?
Well, maybe they'll figure he's his last match, so why not give him this last match?
Yeah, he's got one more loss in it.
Right.
That's so sad. But continue on, though. Opening the pay-per-view was actually I think we said at the time it was the match of there's nothing could top it, and that was the TLC tag match with Usos, the New Day, and the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an awesome match. Yeah, that was an awesome match.
Yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Just this amazing match that I don't know if anybody was really expecting to see. With this match, but it was like, wow. I mean, it was like, remind you a little bit of the Edge and Christian and the Hardys and the Dudleys matches back in the day.
Yeah, I agree. This was a great match. It kind of came under the radar, as far as like match of the night for sure. But I think everything worked well.
I think Kalisto's a star after this match. I think from here on out, you have to push him.
Yep.
Yeah,
like I mean, before, you don't need Rey Mysterio, man. You got this guy. He's young and shit like he was doing tonight. Like, go with it,
And get him out of that tag team.
They will, I think. I think they just gonna kind of work it, but yeah, you're right. This could have been his turning point right now tonight.
Yeah, the thing is, Sin Cara is it's kind of dead. That whole he just comes across as just a jabroni. Like there's no saving Sin Cara, so they might as well just send him down to NXT or whatever. It's like an enhancement guy or whatever they're going to do. But yeah,
I don't
they need to get him away from Sin Cara though.
Well, without him, there wouldn't be any Botchamania, so they gotta keep him around. Their presence still on the internet.
When exactly did they stop dimming the lights and all that bullshit that they used to do for him? Like they did it forever.
When the real Sin Cara left, I think.
No, they still kept doing that after he.
They
left.
did. That was the worst too. When
That was like mood lighting or something.
Dario Argento was directing the wrestling. Suspiria.
Man, bad.
But yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I mean that was
So we saw
unreal.
We saw New Day come out with the win, which was I think what should have happened. So
that's cool, yeah. Xavier Woods is great too.
There was like
Xavier Woods is underrated.
And you know who else too is Big E really shined. I feel like this match as well.
Yeah.
With a spot with Xavier Woods throwing the trombone, like that was just fucking hilarious. Like,
and it was dead on perfect too. Like, boom.
Yeah, and you know that he was the one that come up with that spot too. Like, they need to let that dude write the fucking show.
Right, and the thing is, that's smart. Like, if you wanted to get somebody off something quick, I mean, what do? You throw it at him. You don't climb in, So it was more realistic. I feel like too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun match though, and I agree with Freddie though. I think that Kalisto, they should start coming up with something for him as a solo act soon because they need it.
Yeah, he could be their underdog wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and he's also, like they're looking for that Spanish, market. Hardcore, babyface, I guess. So he fits, perfectly. So continuing on though, was the match. I didn't make it through this match. Ryback versus Rusev, Guru. So you guys talk.
Why
was this on here? That's what I want to know. I mean. That's on every week, I feel like, the last couple of weeks.
It's been on like the last 2 weeks on Raw, I think, right?
Yeah, like, that's almost like having Ziggler and Breeze on again, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen that, like, 3 weeks in a row now.
This should have been the pre-show match, honestly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and they could have put the girls on again. That would have been
They could have put Ziggler and Breeze on again, though, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Summer Rae was doing
that. It'll be on Raw tomorrow.
Couldn't show up.
That match will be on Raw tomorrow again.
Yeah, that'll be on Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, this match was. I mean, I don't even remember it. I was kind of in and out. But
I forgot already.
Yeah. Like,
seemed like
Rusev. I think everybody fell asleep during this match. Sounds like.
I know Lana helped Rusev win. I think is that what happened?
Yeah, Rusev won, but it was, it wasn't anybody's fault. I feel like it was just a match that shouldn't. We've seen it too many times. Like, what can you do?
The purpose of this match was for Vince to tell the commentators to bash Lana and Rusev's relationship.
Yeah, that's basically all they did. Yeah, they couldn't believe how it was working and this, that, yeah.
Oh, look at that sweaty kiss. Ew. Like, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
What does she see in that guy?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
this is jealous. He wants Lana for himself. That's what it is.
Of course.
Well, who can blame him there? continuing on, another match that I kind of missed a little bit, or most of,
Didn't miss much.
yeah, I don't think so. Del Rio, Jack Swagger,
Ugh.
U.S. title, chairs match.
Garrett's favorite wrestler, Del Rio.
Yeah, he's
Retains.
great. He's awesome.
Yeah,
So entertaining.
this is what I was hinting at earlier. Like, you're evidently paying Del Rio a large amount of money to come back,
Uh-huh.
and then he's feuding with this dude that hasn't been on TV in 6 months. Like, you haven't done shit with him in 6.
Over an old man in a scooter. Like, seriously, like, is that what
Yeah.
the feud is about?
And the
And
feud
it's
was,
like
it started so stupid. Like last week, he's like pissed off, like, I hate you. You made people laugh at me when I tripped. Like, no one reacted to that in the audience at all.
This was a fairly long match too, right? This is like a competitive match.
It was like 15 minutes.
It actually started okay. Like I mentioned earlier when I was talking to you guys, that like having them start with chairs and just going at it, I felt like was pretty cool. Because that's more realistic than like having to go find them and then use them. So I liked that whole beginning thing. It was pretty rough, and then it just kind of lost me from here. I went upstairs, and I came back down, and it was over. So I don't really know what happened. I don't even know if did Zeb come out. I don't know.
Nothing happened. Del Rio just did that top rope move to the feet to the face and beat him on top of chairs and beat him. That was pretty much
the
it.
move where the guy has to hold himself there. So
Yeah. And there was chairs underneath Swagger, so when he landed on the chairs like really softly and just.
Oh, good. Wonder why Jack held himself up there for him to do that. He should have just let himself down, but whatever.
The whole time, me and Corey were talking about Saved by the Bell and talking about Jack Swagger and Zach Morris. It was just how bored we were.
I don't understand. That was a waste of money, dude. I told you that. That was a big flop.
Mr. Belden was probably in the crowd somewhere.
He's the one right creative.
Yeah.
Well, I have
No, it'd probably be
Ross
better,
coming
yeah.
here. Well, that's another thing. I could have went tonight to the event, but it didn't interest me enough to pay to go there, But it was right down the road.
You made the smart move.
It's hard enough to pay $9.99 for that.
I mean, if the event was worth it, I would have went, but I didn't need a Roman Reigns chair or anything like that. I didn't need any of that stuff. But
Oh, the Roman Reigns chair is great. We didn't talk about that.
I didn't need one of those chairs. Yeah, and it's coming back too, like in a couple weeks, and I think it must be a house show or something, but it's advertised as Cena Del Rio in the main event, so I don't know if that's a feud that's coming in the next couple weeks.
They were advertising Lesnar versus Del Rio for the U.S. title somewhere.
Yeah, it's I think that's maybe
That's
like
coming up like soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're doing some show in L.A. or something.
Yeah.
that's a weird one.
Yeah, if he's doing a house show, like why couldn't you have Lesnar on this fucking pay-per-view to add
Right.
something? If he's got an appearance or whatever.
Yeah, because we needed Swagger versus Del Rio, not Brock.
The thing is, too, though, Del Rio and Swagger, it would be okay if it was like a squash match, right? But like Swagger's just a fucking guy that's been on. Has he even been on Superstars?
No, he hasn't been around.
I mean, why would you bring this guy, bring back Del Rio as like this hot act, have him beat Cena clean and everything, and then you don't do shit else with him the whole time? Not Del Rio's fault. I mean, I know Garrett's not a big Del Rio fan, but damn, you got to have some sort of plan for this fucking guy. Like, other than, okay, he beat Cena, but we don't ever talk about him beating Cena.
I was just gonna say that. That bugs me to no end. Like,
Yeah.
that's how you build him up, by saying he beat Cena.
And that makes the Cena Del Rio match, when it happens, makes us want to fucking watch it.
Right.
It's just something doesn't click with him in the WWE. Like, I think the thing is when they gave him all that money to come back, I think they thought that he had enough name recognition from what he did outside the WWE during his time off that when he came back he was going to be an instant star with the fans. I think that's what they thought. And when they came back and people just kind of like, they were cool with it for a night, and then it just got stale and went back to the same thing it was doing before he left. They probably said, okay, well, let's put him with Jack Swagger because like that's the only feud that we remember him having that had any kind of hype behind it. Because I feel like their feud was pretty good. Like even Jack Swagger was really over for a while with that. Or unless I'm thinking of Rusev, I forget. But
yeah, they both had feuds, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why they brought him back, because they were like, because they're like, okay, well, this feud kind of helped them both get over. So, but for now, it's got to be done. You would think, right? Probably not, because the Zeb hasn't even been introduced yet. Again,
It's sad. It's sad because you watch Del Rio on Lucha Underground. I don't know if you guys saw him on there. He was so good.
Yeah.
It was because he wasn't scripted, and he was just himself. And I think that's what he needs. I think the scripted promos are really what killing him. Like everybody else in that company, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I mean, that's the thing. He's just he wasn't worth the money, I don't think. Because I mean, he's just, if he wanted to come back, then that's great, but not for that. Not for like guaranteed title.
I think that was more about the racism thing that happened rather than his name. I think that was just, we're sorry. We're going to give you this, now be quiet about that and move on. That's probably what it was. Hush money.
So do you know how long he's signed for? Was it like a long-term deal?
I think it's 3 years, 2 or 3 years. So he'll be around a while. Unless someone slaps him again or something.
Seems like he's already been around for 2 or 3 years now. As sad as it is, he's been around for about 2 months or something.
It kind of makes me wonder if that's why they want to hold any surprises they may think they have for WrestleMania as long as they can, because they're afraid they may just kind of go the way of Del Rio. And
I think that Del Rio, they should have brought him in as a babyface, because that's what the fans wanted. And then they stuck him with Zeb that didn't fit from day one. I would have brought him back with Ricardo Rodriguez, as his announcer.
Rip doesn't remember him, so he couldn't call him. He forgot his name. He's like, who the hell was that guy again? El Local or whatever? Like, I don't know his number.
Can't remember.
The problem is they don't do promos anymore for guys returning. I think that's another issue they have. Just build him up. He's coming back. Instead of just putting him out there cold.
He was kind of it was hard to figure out if he was a babyface, because anybody who fought Cena and won is considered over as a babyface right away. It's in the fans' eyes, right? And then I think the next night on Raw, Zeb was a heel with Swagger, but at the same time, when he was with Cesaro and Swagger, he was getting more babyface reaction than a heel reaction. So it was tough to really know that he was legit a heel with Zeb, right? I feel like I was confused for a couple weeks.
I'm confused about a lot of people in that company, or their faces or heels, because I really don't know anymore.
Right. So I mean, maybe they tried to bring him. Maybe it was supposed to be a face thing. I don't know. I mean, I just think that it went heel because he wasn't getting over. So they were like, oh, well, fuck it, let's just make him heel then. Because it wasn't that obvious, I feel like. Mex America, is that supposed to be bad? Is that bad?
It's a good thing.
I don't know. That's the thing. You're pushing Mex America, and you're like, wait, is that supposed to be something we're supposed to be pissed about, or no? But then you notice tonight it's all different. He's like, I'm Mexican and I'm better than you, So it's that whole thing's gone. So I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be some kind of a babyface thing, and it just didn't work, so they just squashed it. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
I feel bad for him, honestly.
Right.
So
at least if he's aligned with Sheamus, we won't have to see the match, so that's fine, I guess, right?
Oh, Birdie?
Not yet.
Marty.
Yeah. Sheamus.
Barty.
A lot of stuff online about Mauro Ranallo is going to be the new voice of SmackDown. I guess Rich Brennan's getting the axe.
Oh,
really?
Thank God.
Gone?
Probably NXT.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
I kind of like that move though, because Mauro is a very legit announcer. So I'm just wondering how they're gonna do this SmackDown show. Is it gonna be more realistic, catering to the NXT crowd, or?
Does he know the product or no?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I think he's been around for a long time. I've heard the name on. I listen to live audio wrestling a lot in Canada, and I think they have him on there quite a bit. And
he
stuff,
commentates for New Japan, so.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's coming to WWE to talk about Tyler Breeze and Summer Rae making out, whatever. So I feel
Yeah.
bad.
Hermie Ray.
Yeah, Hermie Ray.
Then we still got JBL on Raw. That's good.
Even Rusev has cooties. That's what he'll say. That's his next announcement.
Roo
Vince
Roo.
is in his air. Say Rusev has cooties.
So he's going to be on SmackDown, so I'll never see him.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately.
Continuing on in an elimination tables match, you had the Team Extreme, the Dudleys, Rhino, and Tommy Dreamer versus the Wyatts. And
Very weird match, I feel like.
yeah, the Wyatts dominated pretty much. I think Garrett was mentioning, one of you guys was mentioning, like, in this match in particular, like, the tables just seemed to be, like, almost paper thin or something.
Like, tissue papers.
They all did tonight. They all did. It was really weird.
Yeah. Really started noticing this match, though. Like, the tables would, like, fucking just, they would lean back and they would just fucking explode. You know? Like,
there was one spot where I guess one of the Dudleys throws Strowman into the table and his foot breaks the table, but then it didn't count as an elimination. Like, he put his foot through the table.
Yeah, he should be gone.
But no,
Sure.
they kept him.
It was a weird match. Like, Rowan got eliminated right away, and then I don't even remember Rhino getting eliminated at all. I must have turned my head or something. And then
they did something, and like he barely touched the table when it broke in half. Like, really? It was like the softest
landing. It was funny
ever.
because then you've got like that going on, and they're wrestling for like they're just fighting for about 3 minutes, and all of a sudden the crowd is saying we want tables. Like, so impatient. Like, they knew it was coming. Like, it's not like you know what I mean? So it was weird. And then it's like soon as they say it like twice, Bray just picks up Devon and puts him through one as to say like, shut the fuck up. Like, fine. You know, like, it was just so weird. I'm like, he just went through that easy? Like, he just grabbed Devon and just tossed him through it. I'm like nothing. And then they did the fake, we're going to light this table on fire, which I'm wondering if anybody thought that was really going to happen tonight.
He just stood there for 2 minutes with lighter fluid. And what do I do with this? I forgot.
what's funny, too, like, I remember the spot. Like, he had the lighter. It was like one of those fucking big lighters.
Yeah.
How in the hell was... And he was like... He had like half of his arm around the guy, and he was like holding us like, okay, here's what we're... I don't know how that would work. But.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't happening. So.
Yeah, it's not like a Zippo or something where you can just throw it on there and there you go. It's a little damn big lighter.
He's trying to light a boiler or something. Hey, let me light this boiler.
Yeah, weird.
It was sad because I was looking forward to this match thinking it might be actually pretty good. And it was just a botch fest from beginning to end. I don't know what happens.
But as sad as that is, though, like, yeah, I honestly see, like, these guys like Dudley's, Rhino, and Dreamer, these are probably the only guys that the Wyatts are ever going to be able to beat.
Probably right.
So sad. I mean, why should we run a roughshod in the whole company right now? In reality, and then I would even be building them even bigger, to be honest. But instead, we're worrying about League of Nations as like your main event.
Oh God, I just thought of something. What if they fight the League of Nations at Mania? Oh my God.
You know what?
Let's not
It might
think
get
about
to that point because I don't think Sheamus will have that belt by then. So.
Right. Oh my God, that's the most terrible match ever made. Oh my God.
No, I mean, you guys, have you seen the Jake the Snake video? I think he's vying for a match with Bray at Mania.
I'd rather see that than the League of Nations versus the Wyatts. God.
What was that promo he pulled out?
Oh my God, that was some just truly disturbing shit.
Like, what made him feel like, oh, this sounds like a good idea? He was like telling him he's gonna give him gum jobs or whatever he said he was doing.
Yeah, he would take his false teeth out and.
Oh,
yeah, he started the whole video with like was it one of those CPAP machines or something?
Yeah.
Sleep apnea machines.
They should make it into a big angle where like Jake was actually like they have him like trapped with one of those machines in like their woods at their like compound. Like he was actually in a cabin recording that in like the woods where like the Wyatts live. They should do it like a big angle like that. But no, they won't.
Maybe Sister Abigail was Damien.
Yeah, that would be great though, if they could coordinate something where like Jake Roberts fits in that.
Yeah, the whole thing with that though is like he had posted it and almost instantly it was taken down, right? But somebody, of course, saved it. So we got to
Of course.
enjoy that bullshit.
It was weird, man.
He wants another blindfold match in his career.
Yeah, he'll put his hand in.
The surprise win, though, in the Kevin Owens-Dean Ambrose match, I was very surprised to see that Ambrose actually won the title in that one.
Yeah, because I think Owens is going to do like a fat gimmick now, probably. Because it's like they kept talking about it tonight.
It's so petty.
They had the Owens Diet sign right in the front there.
Dude, and the thing is, like anywhere else, any other place on this earth other than WWE, nobody is really going to say Kevin Owens is fat, honestly.
No.
Like, holy shit. Like, really.
And the thing is, too, like, he's the best he's ever looked right now.
Yep.
And then it's like they have something in his dialogue, or I don't know if he just said it just to be funny or whatever, where he says he eats popcorn and drinks soda every day. So what Dean did to him on Rush didn't make a difference to him. Because that's what he lives on. He lives on popcorn and soda. So I don't know if that was him kind of busting balls back, or if that was something where Vince is like, I want you to say this. You know, like, who knows?
He was probably busting balls, knowing him.
Maybe he said it because
Vince.
he knew he was losing, so he's like, fuck them then. I'm just going to say this.
Fuck you, Vince.
Yeah,
No,
that was kind of funny. I chuckled just a little bit when he said that, just because who eats popcorn every fucking day? Damn, I love popcorn.
Chris Lee's son watches Raw every day.
That was great.
That's what he said.
I think Charlotte goes to his Botox doctor because they look the same. Their faces look the same. That's shiny.
If Charlotte goes, she needs to get some ass implants if she goes to a doctor. Like, fuck the Botox, man. Like, she's got a dude's ass.
Yeah. She looked better in her gear tonight, though. They're figuring it out. Because at first it was like, okay, well, if we make the shorts so small that we see butt cheeks, then people will think she has one. But I think it's now the opposite with, like, okay, if we make the shorts fuller, then it looks more normal.
Maybe
so
they put, like, implants in the shorts.
Could.
Those pads, those chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
She wears, like, a little diaper underneath.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
But yeah, what the hell were we talking about?
Ambrose and Owens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad Ambrose won, but I just hope that he won with the idea that Owens moves on to something bigger and better. Because they're saying Brock Owens is a possibility for WrestleMania, and to have him just lose to Dean tonight isn't doing him any favors right now.
Uh-huh.
So something's got to happen. Like I said before, I think tomorrow he should do just some kind of shoot promo on everybody, basically saying how in NXT he was so dominant. When WWE he came in, he was so dominant, and you know they've held him down, and you know told him to take it back with his, you know, with his style or something, and then have him just kind of break out again as like more dominant, because he's gonna go against Brock, then he's not ready right now.
He's gonna do that, and then Adam Rose will come with his rose bush and say, "Oh, look how fat Kevin Owens is."
And I have like a picture of him eating some popcorn.
KFC. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't get this Rose thing. Whatever is so bad. But not only that, it's just like, is it just like Vince just laughing? Like, let's just put out jokes that I think are funny. Like,
God damn, that's funny.
But what is that doing for anybody? Like, what is it doing for being like, look at, you know, big boobs, Rusev, and ugly Neville, and
He said Ziggler was gay or something.
yeah, like what is this doing for anybody, really? This is just hurting his people, which is then losing him money. Like, suppose you were a little kid and you loved Neville, and they kept everybody's like, oh, he looks ugly, and they're like, yeah, I don't like Neville anymore. And it's like, it's done. I don't understand what this thing is doing. Adam Rose is not getting over with this gimmick, so why not just stop now? Instead, they're gonna drag other people down with the gimmick.
Don't worry, he's gonna be future Endeavor soon anyway. It's coming.
Oh man, like Adam Rose and Fandango, they're tearing up superstars, so they're gonna keep those dudes.
That's
around
probably
for
what's
that
gonna
show.
end up happening if they don't. I mean, I still think they should do Leo Kruger and a Wyatt, but hell, they're not gonna do that.
I
Poor
think
Jack Curtis.
I'm starting to think that Vince has like a terminal illness, and he's one of those guys that doesn't want to leave his family shit. So He's just trying to destroy the whole thing.
It seems that way because you know what sucks is I was always pro Vince all the time. Like I felt like Vince could never do any wrong, but now it's awful.
It's like the opposite.
Right, and it sucks for me to feel that way. Like I just feel like something's wrong with him.
He's gonna be buried in his box.
Well, he's what? Is he like 70 years old or something?
70,
so
yeah.
You know, at some point in time, he's got to realize that he's kind of like, at his age, he doesn't really understand what people want, I think. And he needs to.
That's the problem. That's why it is the way it is now. He doesn't get it.
But how can you not, though, when you hear the audience, what does he think they're doing? Like,
Maybe he has Alzheimer's and nobody knows.
Yeah, he might have secret headphones that always cheer when Roman Reigns is on. So when the booze happens, he doesn't hear it.
Yeah, it's like we'll say it later though during the Roman match that he'll always twist things around to be like pro Roman, but I don't know. I don't.
Let's see what's next. Charlotte versus Paige for the Divas title. This is another thing too, man. Like. Just the last pay-per-view, before the last pay-per-view, they did the whole angle with Paige talking about Charlotte's brother and everything else. And then they, like 2 weeks later, they do a complete 360 on that. And I don't know who the fuck, are they both heels? Or are they both faces? Like, what's the...
I don't know.
I think Paige is a face, because honestly, I don't know. She's the one getting cheated on, and...
she's looking like the face for sure, but I don't know if she's supposed to be some kind of tweener or whatever. But like, what face is making fun of like dead brothers and stuff? That's what I don't understand. Like, how can you say do this and then a week later be like, let's just change you? But like, it's terrible writing.
Well, it's her house, so she can do what she wants, I guess.
True, she can. She did.
I don't know.
I mean, I like Paige regardless of what she's doing, but. It doesn't make any sense, and that's their biggest problem. Is stories is just there's no continuity. Everything's a friggin' mess.
I will say that Charlotte is going in the right direction, though. At least that's a good move. It's just bad timing to do it.
You can tell that she's so much more comfortable as a heel. The way she walks, she talks, she wrestles. I mean, and we said that from day one, is she's a natural heel. Like, even in NXT, she was at her best when she was a heel, and she seemed legit, and she seemed dominant. And they brought her in as a face, and I feel like she didn't really know how to act, and that's when she started getting more like Ric Flair-like. And now, she's still doing a lot of his stuff, but she's so much more comfortable now. And it shows, and I actually thought, I'm not mad she kept the title. If she was the face and Paige was the heel, I probably would have been mad that she'd kept the title, but I feel like she's doing well with it right now.
I thought this was the second best match of the night, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if this sets up like a Becky Lynch feud, I think it's going in the right direction.
It'd be a great triple threat if they do that.
Booking, it looks like they're trying to do here.
Are they going to hold that off for Mania, or is that going to be next month?
I don't know. According to Flair, Mania is supposed to be, Sasha or Bayley versus Charlotte. That's what Flair says. So he's trying to spoil it. So maybe this thing is setting up for... I bet Becky Lynch is probably setting up for Rumble. I think. I also think, too, Becky Lynch is going to be someone that the fans are going to get behind, and she might be like in a Daniel Bryan situation where the people are going to want her, I think, to win. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen or it's just something.
I think they need to give her a character first. I don't think she really has one yet.
Yeah.
She's just the best friend that gets, I guess, she's the naive best friend. That's not really a character.
It's kind of bizarre to me because she is just drop dead gorgeous. She's a great wrestler too. I mean, is it just the fact that she is, Scottish or whatever? I mean, what's the deal?
Irish.
Why do they not Irish?
Yeah,
whatever.
I think because she's still, she's got a pretty thick accent, I guess, and I think sometimes people have a tough time understanding her, but. I listened to her on Jericho's podcast, I think.
Oh yeah.
And she was great on it. She was entertaining. She seemed really like a good person, and she seems really serious about everything. So I think that she definitely has a lot of good qualities that they can utilize. And you're right, she is naturally pretty. So.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely.
Too,
of all the, I guess the new NXT girls that they brought up, I mean, she's the one that seems like it's more, other than the fact that she can't really talk, or she doesn't have that, she's not really good on the mic or anything. But it seems to be that she would be the one that they would be more interested in pushing. Just the fact that she's got that look that they like, and I don't know.
She's actually very, even in the ring, she's got a lot of charisma too. Like you can tell, like, it's her, it's the accent. But I mean, I think she'll be fine on the mic once we can kind of get past that. But I think that she's very charismatic, like in the ring and as a character. So I guess we'll have to just see.
Word life. So,
wait, did anybody have an issue with Flair tonight? I just feel like he's kind of like losing it a little bit. Well, we always knew that, but
I don't know. I thought
what was he doing with the turnbuckle? Why was he taking that middle piece off? That doesn't do anything.
He just forgot.
Because she took it off at the end. That's how she won.
Right, but why didn't he untie the foam buckle for her so she could have just pulled it off at the end? Why did he have to take the little middle piece off? That doesn't do anything.
I don't know.
He untied that piece, and then like it was just exposed, and then she tied it. But that doesn't do anything. So he should have just probably untied the buckle, and then she could have just yanked it off at the end. Instead, she was over there fiddling with it. So I don't know if he was supposed to. It was weird. It was so weird to me. Why
Maybe he was filling time or something. Maybe it was like timed wrong. I don't know.
It was really weird. Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was strange. I was like, what did he take that piece off for?
So let's see. Continuing on though. And of course, Charlotte cheated to win. We didn't mention that.
Weird ending, though.
And then they had like a segment with Becky backstage.
Yeah.
Basically, I thought it made Becky look like an idiot, kind of.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Hey! Before you go on the next one, going back to Owens, how about Owens trying to grab that rope and on the 3 count?
Oh
yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Which is weird too, because if Dean was just going to win anyways, why didn't they just say fuck it, let's just end it here?
Yeah.
That was terrible, rough calls. I don't know.
A lot of weird endings.
Trying to think of some more. There was some good, not good, but there was some funny commentating lines tonight. I just can't remember which they were now.
Oh, there's always like next pay-per-view we should take like a notebook and just write some shit down so we remember it, because there's always tons of shit.
Oh, like Wild Man Roman Reigns.
JBL is like he's funnier than hell to listen to. Like somebody was talking about getting Lawler back, but they were both on there. Or no, was JBL on there tonight?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, JBL and Lawler.
Dumb shit during Roman's match. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always some funny shit with JBL on Raw and the pay-per-views. So.
She's doing it, Maggle.
We'll talk about they were classic on the Roman match. They were both like half asleep. Cole was like trying to keep them up.
Oh man, that match we'll talk about. I guess that one's up next.
Lawler was probably watching porn on his iPad or something.
Oh my God, you should have heard. I mean, there was one. We'll get into it when we talk about it. But there was one part in there where I was like, oh my God, Lawler's like so out of it right now.
Go ahead.
That's what we're on right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're on it. Like this was, I didn't really get this match until towards the end. I guess they kind of figured out that that's the way they needed to go with Norman Reigns. But the match itself was just like these guys just don't really mesh together.
They don't click. Yeah.
No, they have no chemistry. It was brutal.
It's kind of like Sheamus and Randy Orton, but even worse.
Mm-hmm.
At least Randy Orton can work in a ring. Roman Reigns, to me, still figuring it out.
He has his ups and downs. Like he's good when it comes to like his shit. Like he's good with like his couple moves, like his 3 moves. But he kind of sucks at selling. Like he doesn't like sometimes he'll sell for a while, and then other times he'll get like a big move and he'll get up in like 2 seconds. Like he really doesn't know how to sell. And then I think when it starts like going fast paced and he doesn't have like one of his big moves, he kind of just does random things, and you could tell Sheamus is like, "What are you doing?" Like. Sheamus is trying to climb the ladder, and Roman comes in, and I don't know what he did. He kind of just like ran into it or something.
Wasn't he frustrated at one point, Sheamus? Like he was trying
He was like holding Sheamus's leg and just like laying there, and Sheamus was like, what are you happening right now? I don't know. We'll talk about it though right now, right?
Yeah. I think also the crowd seemed like it was kind of just
Oh,
they
they were
were
ready. They were waiting for this match to just shit on it.
yeah, I mean they were just like chanting random shit. Like they didn't
John
really
Cena,
yeah, and there's like an ECW chant I think one of
Daniel
y'all was talking
Bryan.
about.
Daniel Bryan chants. And
Yeah.
that was like the whole Vince thing. Is like they started doing Daniel Bryan chants and they started doing yes chants, and then I'm sure in Vince's head he was probably like, "Oh no, they're saying yes because Roman's on the offense."
Right. What
You
else was funny too though is like how protected Roman was during pretty much the entire match. Like they didn't really and the thing is, usually in these TLC matches, because there's so much shit that there's usually crazy shit in these matches. But for him, I mean, I think Sheamus took most of the risks throughout the whole
Oh, yeah.
match, really.
Even that big bump that he did to Roman, it's like he jumped on the table and
Even
like
the white noise, yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, he jumped on the table and Roman went. I mean, granted, Roman was pretty damn close to that railing, and there was some spots that happened during this match where I thought Roman was like hurt. I was like, oh, he fucking.
With the leg, with the ladder, that was nasty.
Yeah. But most of the big bumps came from onto Sheamus from Roman. Most of the big stuff. But yeah, it was a cluster, a lot of it too, and fans weren't into it. The commentators sure as hell weren't into it, and I think that made it even worse. Like
Well, I'm
when
hoping that these guys will be split up now. Like that maybe Sheamus will lose to somebody else.
I see Rumble is gonna happen again, unfortunately. I see
Yeah,
something's gonna happen.
how can this happen again? Like he got a rematch, right? So now what's the word? What's the purpose? Like Roman beats up his boss and then gets the challenge again. Like how are they going to get there? That's what I don't understand. Like what could they do? And which is stupid because they're like, "Oh, he's fired tomorrow." Da da da. And then is he not going to get fired? And they're going to say, "Oh, well, you've got to get through like our whole roster to get to the title." Like that's not fair. It's not like a fair punishment. And then he'll just win.
Because the issue is who does Sheamus feud with now. If that's the case, Lesnar, does Lesnar come back and say, "I want my title back"?
Probably because I
Sheamus
mean,
at Rumble.
maybe Cena. I don't know.
Kane.
Oh yeah, that's the answer. Let's got it. It's always Kane.
But this is what happens. This is exactly what happens when they build everything around one guy. It's like then if that guy's not in the main event and all these other guys are hurt, it's like they're so fucked. Like what are they gonna do if it's not Roman?
Unless Daniel Bryan comes back out of the blue and says, "Oh,
yeah, I freaking wish that would happen, but he's being kept. I'm telling you right now, he's hurt, and they're probably nervous about him, but he's being kept very far away for a reason. And I think that reason is they can't mess with their plan. So I think he's just staying far. They have him far away from fucking anything up until WrestleMania right now, which sucks. But there's no other explanation really to not even have him.
They'll probably bring him back like in April to be like a guest referee or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, even tonight, the guy hasn't been on TV in almost like a year probably, and the fans are chanting his name. You know what I mean? Like there's still a lot of power behind him, and I think that they know if they bring him out, that's all anybody's going to give a shit about. They're not going to care.
The funny thing is, though, is they're doing all this to protect Roman, and it's not like Roman's really even that over anyway.
Right, and what they did tonight was like another. Yeah, it was all right. Him getting mad and stuff is cooler than him saying dumb shit. But it's all laughable at this point to me because it's all forced. It's a forced cheap pop that we had at the end of the thing tonight.
I hated that whole ending sequence because it's like Triple H is the face. Like, how is he the heel? Right. He wanted to shake Roman Reigns' hand, and Roman Reigns spears him. I mean, I was supposed to be first sorry for Roman Reigns because Triple H wanted to be nice to him. Even if it was sarcastically nice, he was still trying to shake his hand. He didn't like punch him. He didn't get these guys to attack him. I mean, it's just like, what's the reason? Like,
and even tonight, Triple H didn't do anything tonight to antagonize that at all.
Right.
He came in and checked on a superstar, and that was getting beat down with a chair afterwards, and then just got the shit beat up. Like, that's not a face thing to do. I don't know what they're doing. It's like a cheap pop because they know, oh, well, Triple H is the heel, so the fans don't like Triple H, which I don't understand I mean, they're dancing one week, they're jerks the other week. I don't know.
It's like 1 week they wanted him to be The Rock. The next week they wanted him to be Daniel Bryan. Now they wanted him to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, come on, make up your minds.
You're right.
Who is he?
That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying directions to see what's working, and when it's not, they're like, all right, let's switch gears here.
It's gonna backfire big time. Yeah, it's gonna backfire.
Well, they can't stick with one.
But he needs to shut his mouth because that's where he fucks himself. Everything that he says, it makes me laugh. Like, he does a cool move, and then he looks at the camera and says, TLC, baby. What is that?
Oh, dude, that was so...
Like,
I just wanted to shut it off right at that point. Like, oh, okay, this is where
TLC, baby. Like,
I'm done.
He should have said, TLC, son.
He probably was.
That would have been more believable.
Was he telling you, like, his favorite, like, singing group, or was he talking about the pay-per-view? Like, I don't understand what he was doing.
TLC, baby girl.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, son.
I'm no scrub.
It was so bad. And then even with, like, the Triple H thing, it's like he punched Triple H and he looks at the camera and goes, that felt good. Like, just shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, why do you gotta speak? You sound so dumb. Then it's all said and done. He's walking up the ramp and he's like, I just made a statement. Like, just shut up.
Duh, I just saw it.
And then he's looking at JBL. I'm fired tomorrow. Haha. Like, okay, fine. Like, it's so bad, man. It's like comedy to me, dude. I just sit there and every time he says something, I just shake my head and be like, is this guy kidding me?
And Triple H going again. Like, come on.
What's like everyone's talking about the tater tots thing from Monday. He kept going back to tater tots after he found out that people were like, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with them people, by the way, chanting tater tots and shit.
You wouldn't have been chanting that if you were there, Wes?
No.
You would have been screaming that if you were in the sentence?
I would have been screaming if they'd been like,
tater tots.
Maybe if they were giving out free tater tots or something, but that'd be about it.
Hey, we want some taters. Hey,
but did you notice he didn't say it at all tonight? It's like he just wants to forget that ever happened.
They showed it in the promo. No one's going to forget now.
Yeah. I liked when he just kept saying it, though. That was the best.
Yeah, he kept going on about tater tots. I figured they would have a tater tot T-shirt, actually. By now.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, though, it should backfire, and instead of it being about Sheamus, people should just chant it when Roman's out there, because it was so bad.
Tater tot.
Reverse rib. That's what it should be.
So, yeah, I mean, Sheamus, and the strange thing is like, the League of Nations kind of interfered a little bit or whatever, but then Roman just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, for one.
Sheamus kind of actually just won the match, fair and square, kind of.
I guess Barrett had royal duty, so he couldn't show up.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him. Did he tear out something, like, did he tear a shoulder out or something backstage?
I think he was working at Burger King because the King was on vacation. So,
I don't know, maybe there's some bad news tomorrow about Wade.
Yeah, maybe he was doing some training backstage and fucked something up.
Maybe he got demoted to NXT, hoping he'll get better matches. So, oh, thank God.
Well, that's another thing they were chanting. NXT, they were chanting that too. The audience was.
Yeah, because that's the only good show that will be
on. Something else though. They announced, I guess, the NXT Takeover Dallas show that's going to be WrestleMania weekend. So that'll be a really fun show.
Yeah, the Friday before. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be huge. I don't know exactly. Did they say where it was going to be at?
Oh, I think it was. I don't know where, but it was like a smaller, like a 9,000 arena, something like that.
Yeah. So
it's
cool.
smaller than the Brooklyn one. But
they probably got a better shot of filling that stadium.
Oh, it's definitely. Probably sold out in 60 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this show, I don't know. It's aside from the opening match, it was kind of like what I was expecting it would be.
It was better than last month's, at least. I'll say that. I guess.
Yeah, just because I think a couple of us had at least some hope for the show last month.
Right. This one we had no expectations at all for this one.
Yeah.
So the ladder match surprised me. Okay, at least there was something good on this show, at least.
Yeah. Well, what is the commentating for this match? There was one point with Sheamus. What's the thing that Sheamus does where he's smashing the guy's chest against the rope?
Oh, what they call it? I forgot the name of it. But yeah.
And Lawler's counting, and you hear like 1, 2, 3. It's like it was so boring. Like I was like, is he even paying attention? Like why is this? There was no enthusiasm in his voice at all. It was like he was so bored.
It didn't help that Sheamus didn't bother to take off the vest to do the move on him because he had that padding on him. Like, is that even supposed to hurt him? He's hurting himself.
The same thing with the chairs too. Like, is he allowed to wear like a protective?
It kept
vest?
bugging me, dude. It kept bugging me. Like, oh, come on, just take off the damn vest and hit him or something. God.
They're afraid to get hurt. They don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, but they have a bunch of TLC and ladder and table matches all night. So yeah.
He's like the new D'Lo Brown.
They don't care if anybody else gets hurt. They just don't want Norman getting hurt. He's their bread and butter.
You can't lose blue eyes.
Does he still have those?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't.
It depends on his mood. I guess tonight he had him darker because he was more angrier.
That'd be the best if he accidentally, like, one came out and he had, like, 2 different eyes, like a little dog or something.
Like Kane? Look like Kane?
Like a Kane. Like, yeah, Roman Kane.
Roman Kane.
He's the sheepdog.
Yeah.
Norman Reigns.
If I was Sheamus, I would like probably like do like a rib and like just kind of like flick one out or something like.
Or do like Roman Mysterio.
I bet Vince probably told Sheamus like if you hurt Roman tonight, you're fired. So he was like so careful with him.
Even though this was a
table,
ladders, and chairs match, yeah. So.
Well, something. Oh my God, JBL said something. I was like shaking my head during this match. What the hell was it now?
He always says stupid shit.
Dude, it was something I was like, what is he talking about? I forget. We need to write this down.
Yeah, I like I was saying, get a notebook and just write down some funny shit because for
me,
I mean, it might keep you awake during the show, give you something to do. But,
that's true. Yeah.
No, this I mean, this show's okay. It was better, like Freddie was saying, it was better than last month's. So I'm not like pissed off about it or anything. It's kind of what I was expecting it to be, but it had a really good opening match.
Yeah. And the good women's match too.
What does JBL say? Oh, when they did the did like a spot on like the table on the outside, and JBL yells like, "Oh, we saw this exact same spot last year, Michael."
Oh yeah, with Sheamus going to his ladder.
Yeah. Like even using that terminology, like we saw that same spot. Like I don't think he should be calling it like that.
He gave no more shits about the fucking product. Oh fuck this.
Yeah, he was just so done with it. Oh, we just already saw this spot. I was like, what?
Wild man, you're a wild man, Reigns.
Wild man, Reigns, you're fired tomorrow.
Like Mark Maro, you're a wild man.
And then he's hitting Triple H with the chair, right? And Triple H is like, ah, and all of a sudden you hear Triple H yelling, Roman again! He's screaming. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
He's getting kinky with him. Like, oh yeah, give it to me harder.
Then he was holding Triple H up for that power bomb, and Vince is like, God damn it, lucky bastard.
S&M match at WrestleMania. Whips and paddles match.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But I mean, it was.
It's definitely doing the best acting.
The main event was. It was almost like a comedy event to me. Like it was just. It was boring, but at the same time, it was like there was some funny shit that happened. I guess.
They were killing each other for nothing, honestly.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow because supposedly he's fired. So I don't know if they're gonna go with that Stone Cold angle where he's fired.
John Cena was fired after the Nexus, and he was there the next night.
Yeah, well, what happened? Didn't Stone Cold get fired, and then Vince have to bring him back because he kept coming out?
No, that was the one we had the gun on him. Remember? He
made
his pants.
Yeah.
Pissed
his pants.
Well, they might do that same. They might rehash that because Roman's in special ops, so maybe he'll have the gun.
You see Triple H piss his pants.
Roman Reigns just made you piss your pants, son.
You know something that would be great though, that I think I don't know, maybe I would just enjoy it, is if they brought Vince back, and Vince was like the one that reinstated, Roman because he loves him so much, and Vince was like, it's
That
like
would be
just infatuated with Norman Reigns. He's like, no, damn it, you're putting him in the main event of Rumble.
Well, but you know what though? The thing is that would work because they could do something when Vince comes back, and that could make Roman almost like a heel. Like he basically tells Cena he doesn't like Cena anymore, and Roman's the guy, and have them. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Cena Roman match at like a Mania if Roman was the heel, though, and like they could use that with Vince as to say like, this is my guy. That would work. I feel like. But they're not going to do it that way. They're going to do it a stupid way and basically want him to be a babyface.
And nobody's going to care.
No.
It'd be fun if he spears Stephanie tomorrow, though.
He might have to if the crowd's not into it. So.
No,
They
that
just
would
don't
be great.
desperate.
I would enjoy that, but that's never going to happen.
Anyway.
The days when Randy Orton RKO'd her are gone.
Yeah. I actually love that shit. That was the only time I ever liked Randy Orton.
Well, when he was like licking Stephanie in front of Triple H.
That was such a great angle, and they fucked it up with that match.
That match was horrible.
Was that at Mania they finished that?
Yeah, 25.
Well, didn't it? It was a horrible match anyway, but wasn't it right after like the Taker and Shawn Michaels match?
Yeah.
That plus they made it was a DQ. If he got DQ, he'd lose the belt. Like it was the whole feud was like a blood feud, and you can't be DQ'd in the match. Like really? So it was like a boring normal match. So the stipulation just ruined the whole feud.
Yeah.
I think they had something where Triple H said they had watched that match in the back, and they're like, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a tough match to follow, but I don't think that would have, that match would have been good anyway. Those guys just didn't mesh well together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the best builds to one of the worst matches, I think.
That was a good build.
We need more of that with people breaking into houses.
We need some more storylines, man. Sure. The ones I don't even know what the big storyline is now. I don't know. What is it?
I think now they just book from week to week and it changes.
What's the storyline though? Like again, like he said, I'm curious to find out why Triple H was attacked. What did he do? He asked Roman to be part of the Authority. Roman said no, and that was really. Then he said, "Okay, well, I'll take Sheamus then," and then that was it.
Because he was trying to help him the whole time. Like, hey, you can be in the finals of the tournament. Hey,
anything. It's not his fault that Sheamus decided to cash in that time. He had the opportunity to cash in whenever he wanted. He chose that time. So why is that Triple H's fault? He didn't screw him.
We will just have to hear, and we'll hear an explanation tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome. He's going to wink at the camera and tell everybody why he did what he did.
He's going to say, Monday Night Raw, baby, I'm going to get fired tonight.
Son.
Baby girl, I came here to get fired.
I'm such a badass.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, son.
I'm going to cock my fist in somebody's face.
Somebody should make a sign tomorrow that says TLC baby on it.
I wish I was that would have done it.
Like, oh, I'm kind of like Austin because after he said Austin 316, there was tons of signs the next night, so it's the same thing.
Oh, there was a guy in the crowd today with the signs of the emojis. So every time there was a match, you have a different emoji.
Yeah.
It was like I think it was the Ryback Rusev match. He had like a meh emoji. Like yeah, I was dying.
Where is it tomorrow? Do you guys know where they're holding Raw tomorrow?
I don't know.
No clue.
Probably Worcester or something like that. Worcester, Massachusetts, something like that.
Is it?
Probably.
We've got NXT this week, so that's good.
Oh, thank God.
It's live on Wednesday. I won't be able to watch it live, but I'll check it out later.
At 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Stay off websites and shit on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
turn your fucking phone on airplane mode because WWE sends all the fucking results.
You did that today.
What
Hey,
the fuck?
numbers on the belt. Oh, gee.
Wait, what happened?
My phone gets alerts when people win belts or the main event.
Yeah.
Why doesn't mine get alerted?
I think you might be able to turn it off. Maybe I'll do that.
What do you do if you have the app? It does it.
Yeah.
I have the app, but I never get shit from it.
When Ambrose won, I got an alert saying, "Oh, Dean Ambrose became the new Intercontinental Champion." Okay, dude, thanks.
Yeah, I was going to look and see. I think I don't have one on here from tonight, but yeah, they were doing it all night tonight.
That would be shitty if they did that on Wednesday.
I'm sure they will. I think they did it for the Tokyo.
Beast in the East.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
That sucks. So annoying.
Yeah.
So what would Joe win the NXT Championship? Oh, thanks a lot, you bastards.
You get it they text you at 4 in the afternoon.
So, but anyway, guys, yeah, I guess that's it. I think we're going to do some other show, maybe before the Rumble.
NXT, can we do that? This maybe or what?
Maybe NXT, or maybe we can do I think we were talking about maybe doing a Starcade, or maybe a year in review. Which I don't even know if a year in review would be worth doing, because this has been one of the worst fucking years.
I could make funny categories and we just talk about them.
We could, yeah. I mean, we could make it funny. Make it fun or whatever. So we'll come up with something though. Maybe.
I feel like after Mania this year was terrible. Actually, you know what? It was pretty much all. Mania had it seemed okay like the Monday after Mania, and then I think it went.
I think after SummerSlam is when it really went and shit the bed.
Yeah, I actually think one of the best matches the whole year was the Rumble last year, the Triple Threat match, with Lesnar and Cena and Rollins.
Right,
That was
yeah.
probably the best match that I can think of last year.
Yeah.
This past year.
There's a lot of them. So you had the Sasha Bailey one from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot more on NXT.
Roman Reigns Lesnar Mania was pretty damn good too, for what it was.
I should probably rewatch that. I don't remember that one.
I actually enjoyed that match a lot. I still think that's Roman Reigns' best match.
Yeah, because he had to sell the whole time.
And he sold well too, which was shocking.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we should do NXT, and then we'll
figure out something to do, and we'll let you guys know. Definitely check out the Facebook page for updates and all that good stuff.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night.
All right. Good night and pleasant tomorrow, fellas.
Thanks for listening, TLC, baby.
Son.
Later.
Later.
See you guys.